Merry meet and welcome to Lex Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our collective divine masculine reading. So no matter how you identify, there is a message here for you, whether you are checking in to balance your own energies, if you're checking into the collective energy in general, or if you're checking into a twin flame connection. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So right off the bat, we do actually have the Magician coming out for us this week, and I believe in miracles, magic, and me. And you may want to pause so that you can fully understand how to embody and engage with this energy. But ultimately, what we are seeing is the fact that the divine masculine we just went through a phase where they needed to really reflect and understand what and how they wanted to be within this world. And so the Magician is now understanding more, not only their own energy, but the energy that surrounds them. So it is a little bit of a back and forth that is happening, but typically that is how growth truly happens, is that we have to it's not necessarily restarting, but how many times have you maybe in your past restarted a project? Like for me, something I've done multiple times is restart a knitting project. And so I've gotten really good at starting it and I can work through that. But at a certain point, you have to be confident in moving forward with making mistakes. And so the ultimate energy that we're seeing with the Magician is that it is a conversation between the divine masculine and spirit in regards to how you can move forward, because a lot of times when we're working in regards to our own energies and trying to understand how we can be in this world, there is a sense of needing to connect and align with the elements around us. And the Magician really brings that into focus to say, how can I work with the energies around me? How am I a master in this moment? How can I support miracles and magic in coming into reality? So that's really the energy that we're coming through with the Magician, is that ultimately the divine masculine is in fact trying to understand more about what they're capable of and what they want to do. And it is a learning process. That is something that keeps coming up. It is a learning process because we have been here before and we will probably be here again, but that is all part of it. Something too coming through. So the Magician is the one card in the in the major arcana. And so the reason why I bring that up is because the major arcana is meant to be a cycle. And so this is at the beginning of a cycle, but you're meant to continue, push through that cycle and go through all of the steps and truly understanding so that you can go through your ascension just to get back to this point, right? It's just getting back to this point at a different level. So take that how it resonates. Let's go ahead though. We just recently had a full moon, so let's take a look into how the moon energy is affecting our divine masculine. So we have a couple of different cards that came out for us today. So first we do have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So very interesting because we're actually in a waning phase right now at the time of this recording. But ultimately what I'm hearing, because this is confirmation that you're going to start moving further along in your journey. So if you have been feeling that back and forth energy that we're really seeing right now, this is confirmation from spirit saying that you are going to be moving forward. I'm sensing there's a lot of doubt in this new beginning, as much as there's confidence and motivation. So it's this very interesting duality energy, and spirit is just wanting you to know this is a confirmation that you are going in the right direction and that you are in fact meant to be gaining right now. So the other thing with that, to align our energies at the time of this recording, and when you're watching this, if the moon is waning, something that you can look at it instead is that you are releasing your negative thoughts. You are releasing all that no longer serves you. And that's how you're gaining, because through that release, you're going to be able to create new space within yourself, within your world, for the opportunities that are coming forward to you. Okay. And then we also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Absolutely love this. What did we say? We've been seeing some really hard work happening. The other thing too coming forward with Capricorn is often it's associated with the devil energy. Sorry, I know we have a lot of people who are eclectic in our faith, so it also is called like the shadow side. But essentially the energy that allows us to be trapped in our fear and ignorance. And so the reason why I'm having that energy come up right now is because it seems like you're really, again, letting go of fear, right? So you're really celebrating just how far you've come and understanding too just how much of a student you are. And sometimes understanding exactly where you are is so important for having that tough cycle end, because sometimes it's more of a mental battle than a physical battle. So the other thing I'm seeing from spirit come through is this is also confirmation that you have been putting in the hard work that you needed to. You have been growing and learning as you were meant to. So I'm seeing that you have been working on your foundations, and that those foundations are considered rock solid. Even if you are not yet building the walls, your foundations are looking really good. Okay. The other thing coming forward with that is, in regards to building the foundation. So if you previously, and that's why there's this back and forth energy. So if you previously built your foundation on something that was not rock solid, that is why you had to tear down everything that you had before in order to build this new foundation. In addition to that, if you built a home on that foundation, on a rock solid foundation, but the home itself was not made of good materials, then that is also why you're seeing this need of tearing down, even though you have a good solid foundation, because you're needing to understand you're leveling up. So you're no longer needing to tear down your entire home. You maybe just need to work on one wall at a time and understanding what it truly needs to look like. Because what I'm seeing is that for quite a few people here, the home that was built on your foundations was meant to be for a temporary home, to give you literally a roof and shelter over your head as you went through your healing and transitions that you needed to. But now that those transitions are coming to a close, your end of a tough cycle is approaching, it's now time for you to be not aggressive, assertive. There we go. Assertive in the way that you view your home and how you build up around you. So we're really seeing that this is a move from your foundations and what they look like, and more of a move into how you're stepping out of a temporary home into a more permanent home that is capable of expansion. That's a very important part. So definitely play around with this metaphor, however it will relate to you and your faith. I definitely think the more personal that you can get with it to make sense for you is the better that it's going to help you support your alignment with spirit, right? That's something we do often, is that we need to build filters with how we can view spirit and how spirit comes to us, because really spirit is infinite and we're the ones who need to compromise, right? And spirit is willing to do that for us unless it truly is not meant for us. And so that is something to think about too, as we are looking at this end of the tough cycle approaches, that maybe something in your life is true, again, a mental battle, something that you're truly ready to let go of because it was not meant for you. And you are coming into acceptance with that, with spirit. Okay. Other one we have for you. Well, it is perfect right on the heels of that. Oh, I'm sorry. It looked to me like it wasn't focusing. Anyways, so meditating, new moon in Pisces. Absolutely love this because this is about the new beginning, right? So a lot of this was about gaining energy, about the moon coming into its full energy. But now we have the moon in Pisces coming out. This is telling me right away that not only the whole meditate and contemplate, but the fact that you are coming down to a base zero, and that it is okay to pause and just think on how you want those next steps to go. Because now you have the time. You no longer need to build you no longer need to build a home in a very fast time because you're feeling unsafe, or as if there is not enough shelter for you in order to truly grow and expand. Now it is time you are able to pause and take moments. And I was going to say hesitate, but essentially, if there's anything that you're feeling rushed into, spirit is saying maybe it's not meant for you, and it's meant for you instead to take pause. So like, for example, there may be a career opportunity available to you that comes to you, and in the moment though, you're like, I would like to check with my faith and make sure that this is what's meant for me and that I'm not continuously going down the same rabbit hole that hurts me. And so you turn to that person who's offering the position, you say, do I have time to think about this? If they say no, it is not meant for you then. Of course, for everyone has different ways that they live. So if, for instance, you've been working with spirit and you've been waiting for a certain contract or offer to come to you, and it is exactly that, take it as a confirmation that spirit has come through for you. This is more so for people who are just wanting a new opportunity and haven't exactly stated what it will look like, because you will be given opportunities that may not fully align with what you want. And that is spirit not just showing you how discerning you are. That's been coming up a lot in our readings, but also to show you just how capable you are and the fact that the universe does work around with you. So there are opportunities that fit you, but you will be given opportunities that are a little bit off. And so that's why, if you need that time to pause, if it feels better for you to be able to think through it and that individual or that company is not letting you do it, you can take that as a confirmation that it's not meant for you, because you are being gifted the time to meditate and contemplate. You are able to take your time to stop and think, okay? And so let's go ahead and dive into our Affirmators Tarot. This is going to be more general about what's happening with the Divine Collective. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. And so very interesting. This is actually going to be for everyone here, whether or not you're checking into a twin flame connection or whatnot. This is more of the internal energy. So the reason why I say that is because we're really seeing that this sense of control coming over you. And this is exactly how the Queen of Pentacles is. They live in the lap of luxury and comfort. And how comfortable is it right now? You're ending a tough cycle. You are working in understanding how best you work within this world. And so you're really coming into your own elements, right? The Queen of Pentacles past the Magician. The Magician is a master of all of the elements and is also comfortable in the work that he does. But the Queen of Pentacles is literally a comfort card. So when you see this, it is a confirmation that you are living in a life of comfort and luxury, or that that energy is available to you and around you. So if you are feeling uneasy or unsettled, Spirit is saying that this energy is available to you and you simply need to take a step back and accept it. The other reason why I'm saying take a step back is because we've mentioned this before. Queen energy is an internal energy. So this is a confirmation too that you are meant to recognize your abundance for yourself and work within your comfort zone. Again, so if like something, it doesn't really resonate for you and you're like, maybe, do I have time to think more on that? You do have time to think on that. You can go back to, I was here in throne room. So you can go back to your throne room and you can truly think on it. You can take a night, you can sleep and rest on it before you make some national decree, right? You are a queen. No one else is commanding you. Yes, you are a queen, even if you identify otherwise. We're all royalty here. All right, so just going into the next one. So we have Justice. Okay, very interesting energy coming through on this because we are seeing that you are taking a lot of control in regards to what is meant for you. And so something coming through from Spirit for this is not necessarily that you are going to see justice in the situation or even seek it, but you're letting justice take care of itself. So certain things that have been done that have wronged you in the past, you're seeing a certain balancing come out to it and you're not doing anything to do it. That is a main message coming through, is that it's kind of just happening around you. The other thing that's very important for this energy though, for those who are like, yes, I need justice in my life, I've been looking for it, is really, again, your energy is so separate from it and you are meant to only be an observer. So if there is something that you are like maybe in the gossip of it, that's not where we're talking about. We are definitely talking more about you will just randomly receive a piece of news about someone in your past who has hurt you or a situation that has hurt you and how it benefited you to no longer be a part of that. Okay? So again, okay. Yeah, because I'm also seeing that a lot of people here have been ending like toxic relationships. And sometimes it's really hard to end a toxic relationship when, and this is very divine masculine, right? Or divine masculine who is balancing out their energy. So you had to take on a certain level of control around creating your environment and protecting yourself. So you ended those toxic relationships, but sometimes when you end those, sometimes when you end those relationships and you're still in pain, it's really hard to let go of justice because it seems like there is only injustice. And if you let it go, that is allowing injustice to continue. So Spirit is wanting you to understand that it is not going to continue, and that's why you're going to receive some news in regards to those relationships that you let go of, maybe a career path that you said that's not for me. I'm really seeing, honestly, it keeps trying to come up, so I'll go ahead and say it. In regards to the career path, I'm seeing that like someone said, you know what, I'm not gonna work with those people. I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye, or I'm not even gonna say hello, depending if it was an offer or you actually leaving the position. But really what I'm seeing come through with this is the fact that that business is not doing well. They either are already needing to close the doors, or they actually are like in legal trouble. And you would have been affected by that past the point of being an employee for some reason. However, that resonates with whether you were going to be in a leadership role or overseeing that department with the legal issues. Because what I'm seeing is that for that career, those issues existed before you. And so it wouldn't have been fair to you to continue with them. Okay. Sorry, another message coming through is a lot of times the divine masculine is struggling against the distorted masculine. So there is always a question of leadership and understanding where the corruptness comes in. We kind of saw that too last week, where we need to understand within ourselves how we lead and how we take control. So definitely just some energies of Spirit wanting to confirm that you are not meant to battle this injustice right now. You are meant to find your alignment and find your comfort zone and what works for you. I'm seeing that won't necessarily be the case for everyone here, and sometimes you may be called to further step into leadership once you have more aligned with that divine masculine energy within you. Again, these are messages for everyone. Everyone has to balance out both sides. Okay? And so, very interesting. I do not get reversed out of these almost ever. So, 5 of Wands reversed. There's a lot of gossip and rumors around you right now. It's just pure and simple in regards to that. Again, why Spirit is saying, hey, just work within your comfort zone. Don't seek. What did we say? If you are trying to find justice through gossip, it is not working. That's why this is coming out reverse. So any gossip and rumors that is coming to you, Spirit is saying to not be so actively involved in it. You cannot always help how you hear it and if it comes to you, because people may just randomly see you and then bring it up. You are just not meant to encourage this energy, right? It's not very beneficial to yourself and to those who are spreading it. And especially because what I'm seeing is that it's going to, if you do encourage it, you're going to be seen more as a part of it because you yourself are a natural leader. So if you encourage it, people will put your name to it, and you'll have to do some, I'm seeing you'll have to do some transparency trust work in order to overcome that gossip and rumors after the fact. So again, really Spirit just coming through saying, like, keep to yourself a little bit, understand more about you, meditate and contemplate. Like, yeah, I'm hearing, like, if you wanted to be, like, do a silent week this week and, like, just turn off your phone and not really pay attention to everything going around in regards to the material world, Spirit is saying that you could potentially do that. The justice information that you need will still find you as it needs to because, again, Spirit is infinite, right? And so ultimately, Spirit is asking you to take care of yourself and your own energy and what you are capable of doing. Okay. Do not worry about those around you. Do not worry about those who ask more of you. Worry only about what you can do. And I'm also hearing, like, get comfortable saying no. So if you have been struggling with saying no, this is going to be a time that you're really going to need to do it, because we are seeing you're not being called to become the hermit. You're not being called to turn away completely. You're being called to be more active in what you are able to do. And you have been learning what that is. So simply trust in yourself and trust in your abilities, and do not let those negative insights affect you, right? Don't let the gossip and rumors. That also, yeah, I'm hearing there's going to be gossip and rumors around what you're working on and what you're doing. Ultimately, though, Spirit is not asking you to go out and tell people about what you're doing. So if you're feeling wronged, do not seek justice. Do not try to clear up the rumors and gossip right now. Just wait, is what I'm hearing, okay? So now, next we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look into our love tarot. So we're doing this because something that is going to change on the channel is we're no longer going to be having our pick a card readings. So this is one way that we're going to get some love messages in here for our divine. And so as always, these decks will change. And so hopefully I hope to have a love message for the divine masculine and for the divine feminine moving forward though. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into it. And so first for, sorry, it's just, your reading just makes so much sense. So the Wheel of Fortune is coming up for you. So right away, this is who you are right now. This is where the divine masculine is. And what I'm seeing is this is twofold. So the divine masculine, you are either on the wheel or off the wheel. You're either letting it take control of your life or you're just letting your life pass you by. And so Spirit is wanting you to really, again, tune into the energies around you and understand exactly how you work within them. So we are also seeing in regards to love a lot of movement. Again, we saw that we are moving away from toxic relationships. So that is going to be a part of this. This is a collective reading. So I apologize if some of you are like, that's not my exact situation. Ultimately, though, we are seeing for everyone that your time is moving forward. Your relationships are moving forward to better suit you. Now your blockage. So we have justice blocking you. So right away, I'm hearing a couple of different things. Either you or your partner is keeping a secret from you, and the full truth is being hidden from you. I'm hearing from Spirit that for some of you, it is coming from Spirit that you are not in connection with your twin flame partner. And so that is why, but you were getting these psychic downloads. And so you feel like there's certain, so you sense truth is around you, but you do not get the sense of how it's going to come about to you, how this balancing is going to come to you. So that's why there's this blockage, because you do not want to move forward until you know the truth of the situation. Also with your toxic relationships, as this is, you cannot move into a loving relationship with yourself or otherwise until you let go of the injustice that you're seeking from a past relationship. So if you're seeking it in a current relationship, we're going to talk more about the past and the future. But if you are seeking justice in a current relationship, I'm saying that it would be good to have a transparent conversation with them, because they may not know that you're seeking justice. They also may not think that they did anything wrong, which is a whole nother kind of conversation, right? If you need a mediator such as therapy, I encourage you to ask them if that is something that they would also consider. Because again, I'm seeing there's a communication breakdown in some relationships here, but I'm seeing if you go to them and you ask them like, hey, I really, I've been struggling to get over this issue, this situation, or this thought, and I would feel more comfortable if we spoke about it in front of a therapist. You don't have to go to a therapist multiple times. Some therapists will say that will help you through an hour for that one fight. So just definitely review the kind of people who can be supportive of you and how it works. And then your partner, though, the reason why I bring it up this way is because your partner may not know that the issue is so bad that you don't feel comfortable enough to talk to them alone. Because sometimes when you need that mediator, it is because there is a sense of mistrust and a sense of not feeling safe in the relationship to share your vulnerable thoughts. And then that is sometimes very hard to hear. So the first time you bring it up, it may not go as well as you would like it to, or it may go perfectly. But as long as you stay true to how you were feeling, and that's why we're seeing this in the Divine Masculine reading too, because it is asking for a certain courage and standing up and for how you feel, having your words match your actions, right? And so with this, you're going to be able to communicate and become more transparent in your relationship. And for all of you, that's going to be different, right? Because all of us are so unique, let alone our unique relationships and our unique partners. I just want to make sure I'm not rambling or circling around. So I want to make sure I covered everything with this. But yes. So the main thing I'm seeing is that there is a need to move past this justice to either, if it's from a past relationship, to either accept where it lays and understand that it is all with spirit now and that you've done all that you can. Or if you're in a current relationship, to take an active step in becoming more transparent and communicating your emotions and thoughts to your partner. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look into what is affecting you in the past. Okay. Sorry. Very interesting with this. So we are having the sun come through, which this is actually a friendship card in this deck. And it doesn't always come through as friendship when I pull it, honestly, but it is today. So I am seeing, okay. There's 2 or 3 messages. A couple of them might bleed into each other, but ultimately, first one, super easy I'm seeing, is a third-party situation where a friend got involved. That is not an okay mediator because they are always going to be biased, and if their profession is therapy, it's just not fair to them and their practice. So instead, ask for a recommendation is what I would temper with that. And then the other thing I am going to see with this is the fact of, okay, I'm seeing a friendship and there was a lot of pain that happened with that friendship. And so this is not only, so for some of you, this is the relationship you're getting over, is that friendship and that pain and hurt. For others of you though, in your current relationship, there is something that has happened in the past between a friend and you are holding on to that pain and hurt and you are projecting it onto your new partner. Again, a reason why you are meant to discuss this with your partner. Sorry, my camera turned off. So I am just seeing though that this is possibly a friend in your past where they hurt you and it is time for you to release that, or you are letting this friend hurt be projected in your new relationship. So that's more reason why you want to talk to your partner and say, hey, this issue has been bothering me, because they may not know because they are not familiar with that pain from that friendship. And when I say familiar, I do mean in the sense that they did not feel that pain. They may have been there when you went through that friend breakup. They may be aware of that friendship that you had in the past, but they won't understand all the nuances that came with that and some of the fears and essentially all your fears and perceptions that may have been more negative and that you just carried with you. So I think often there are things and comments that people can make in our life that we will hold on to as true and label it, rather than letting it go because it wasn't a true label for ourselves. Because often we seek assurance from outside sources. And so if this was a really close friend and they said something to you, and you maybe feel like you may project that onto your partner and think that they are thinking the same thing as that friend was, when in reality, it is just simply the perception that you are putting out there because you have not recovered from that hurt in that friendship. So additional reason why, if you were feeling unsafe to bring this up to the partner, because they may react very positively, and that may be a good eye opener for you. They may react negatively, but then you go talk to the therapist, and the therapist will help you determine exactly where that issue does come from. Because sometimes they will ask you the questions like, well, why do you feel that way? Like, where did this come from? You just described this fight, and they're saying that they didn't feel this way. So how did you get this perception? And sometimes just going down that rabbit hole, you'll be like, oh, well, I once had a friend who said this to me, and my partner has been acting like this lately, so I kind of thought maybe it is me. So there is just this very interesting need to have a conversation in our partnerships or with ourselves and let go of that past pain and hurt, because those labels are not true labels. That toxic relationship was a toxic relationship. So still always recognize what you did in the relationship and how maybe you also hurt it, but it is so important for you to know just how much it's so hard to talk about this and be general, because there's so many different nuances that comes to the ways that we experience shame in our relationships. So ultimately, what's coming through though is for you to recognize the truth of the matter and to let it go, rather than projecting it continuously into your life and into your new partnerships. So we're going to go ahead and leave that right there. And then we do have a future card. Oh, I love this for us. So if it will focus. So this is the Star. I love this verse as a future card because this is confirmation that you are going to move into healing waters. You are not only going to be experiencing new hope and inspirations. I'm hearing there's going to be a certain, wow. So for your relationship, there's going to be a certain rebalancing that happens that is just so beneficial, because it's going to really mend not only this fight, but other fights that you have had with that partner. And then the other thing I'm seeing though too is that this is also a mending that's going to happen internally. So as within, without, that is why I'm seeing it. So it can be for your single self alone or for your partnership. Honestly, this is so true. As you support and heal yourself and understand how you react within relationships, you understand how to interact with more and different types of people, because the more you know about yourself, the more you're able to understand others. Okay, so just beautiful confirmation coming through for us on that. So now, last but certainly not least, we do have some archetype cards. So I'm not going to be reading from the book for these. We're just going to read them intuitively, and all of these may have a message for you, or just maybe one will really stand out. As with the God cards for men, you can also pause and take a screenshot of these images to meditate on later, right? Good time to meditate. So right off the bat, what we are getting for ourselves. There we go. Is the ocean. Okay. All right. This is twofold. All right. So for everyone who's going through those relationship issues, like whether for yourself or with others, you are going to be diving deep into understanding exactly why you're feeling this way. And you're also going to be able to support others. So really, just like we said on that final message. Okay, so I apologize. I'll try to get my last thoughts again in regards to that. But ultimately what I'm seeing is confirmation again from that star energy is the fact that you are able to dive in deep into the ocean and not only support your own healing, but support those around you. Like, I'm literally seeing the image of an individual who like wades into the ocean with their hand outstretched to someone else to join them in the water. And so it's really interesting energy coming through saying that I'm seeing for everyone that there is a partner, whether it is a friend, whether it is an actual romantic relationship, who is going to also be going into this ocean energy with you. And it's really beautiful because ultimately you are discovering so much more about yourself and them. And through this discovery, you're going to really be inspired, not just for your own alignment, but for supporting a collective alignment is really what I'm seeing. Okay. And then next, Lovely. We have the seed coming out. Okay, so this is perfect because we were just talking a lot about how this energy, actually, I think the seed has come up for the Divine Masculine before. Interesting. And oh, I'll have to see. I wonder if it was with the Magician. Anyways, the reason why that even just came across in my mind is because we're coming back again to that back and forth energy that is happening. And this is saying from Spirit that this is a confirmation that a seed has been firmly planted and that the foundations are coming out. I'm also getting like the sense of ripples. And these are more meant to show like the rings of a tree and just like how far expanding they can be. But I'm seeing the ripples, like when a stone is put into the water and how those ripples will continuously expand out after just that one thing. And so right now, Spirit is saying that you have been given a seed and it has caused ripples within your life. And that is okay because that is what it was meant to do. So however this seed is going to burst forth is going to be so unique and individual for each of you. Okay. And then next we have the riddle for you. So absolutely love this was confirmation of so much of this reading being about getting into your comfort zone and understanding exactly what that means because you truly are a master of your element. So understanding what that element is going to be so important to you. And that is going to be part of the riddle because you are truly trying to understand not only yourself, but those around you and how all of you interact in this world. And that's a giant riddle. So Spirit is just encouraging you to take this message, take everything that resonated for you and meditate and contemplate on it. Really think about how it applies to really understand exactly how your life is changing for the better, how you are coming into true alignment, as well as balancing out your own individual energies. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for us, our Divine Masculine reading. I definitely appreciate all of you guys for being here today with me. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. Please do not forget to comment below, gain some support from a like-minded community. Let us know what you're going through, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Blessed be.